Okay, so I did start recording, but it's fine if we just bullshit for a second. No way.
Look at Tenshi looking to the side. Just not even fucking with us.
he's looking at he's looking at Bo.
He's looking at Bo.
He's looking dead down. The Bo, look the other way. Look the other way. Look the other way. Other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my guy.
Yo, you got sound too? Damn you, we are kicking up.
We're doing so good, bro.
Yeah.
I got money.
Yeah. It's all an illusion.
So how do we want to introduce this podcast?
This is a podcast?
Yeah, apparently.
You're recording?
You're doing a podcast?
This is when we get canceled?
Alright, guys! Alright, guys. This is the...
Four big guys.
Hey, yo.
Four big guys. Four big guys.
Alright, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna start here. This is the Goon Squad Inevitable Podcast.
Yeah, you already know.
If you look at Tyler, he's already calling it the worst fucking podcast.
Yeah, bro, you already know. It's on brand, bro. It's on brand. You already know.
He already knew.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck? It's us. I already knew this was happening. You know, hey, as you can see above me, for those that can see on the video feed, above me we have Bojack. To the right, we have Tenshi X.
What's up?
I am Tyler El Guapo. And to the right of me, I have Bulldog.
Hell yeah, bro.
Or more eloquently known as Skyler Mack.
There was no way I was showing my face for this, bro. No way.
No way, bro. He ain't associating himself with this shit.
NBA Skyler never broke again. What's good?
Yeah, no way.
The only thing broke is the webcam, bro. Never broke again.
So for those that do not know who we are the Goon Squad. We are a bunch of friends that got together and started streaming together. I guess we're friends.
No way.
No way. No way, bro. I hate every one of you.
One of us was gonna make the joke. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, didn't know. I figured the joke was coming. I was like, I'll just beat it to the point. So we don't really have like a structure to this podcast.
No way.
As for this, no way. But if you can't tell, I know shock. We don't have a structure for this.
You think we come up with plans?
Hell no, dude. And when we do, it doesn't fucking work. No way.
If you've watched one stream, you should know there was no way we were structured.
You watch our streams, bro. Nothing goes to plan at all.
We do have a little bit of a plan. Very slight structure.
Yeah.
Very slight plan.
If you could call it that. I had to everyone in the Discord going, hey, hurry up and get it in.
Yeah, get your shit in, bro.
But no, we thought for the first episode we do, some Q&A stuff. This is easy talking points, easy introductory stuff for people that don't know us so as well. And obviously it's something that we'd like to keep doing in the future, even if we do talk about other shit. So, we have a Discord. We should probably talk about our Discord.
Yeah, we have a Discord. Yeah, fuck them. We have
Goon Squad. Goon Squad.
Yes, we have a Goon Squad Discord. There'll be a link to that, and however you're watching it, there'll be a link readily available for you to click on to join. And,
no, wait, really? Is there a link to it?
No way. And I guess we should mention we are all 4 Twitch streamers as well. So which is kind of where this all came from. Like the
we're all affiliated too, aren't we? That's crazy.
Yeah, we're all affiliated, bro. We're a fucking gang affiliated.
Gang affiliated.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
bleed purple.
We have
get that Twitch money, bro.
Get that Twitch money, bro. So
never broke again.
Bo is dreadlocked. Bo is dreadlocked. Tenshi X is at Tenshi Atsumaki.
Yes, sir.
I am Tyler El Guapo 1396. Don't forget the numbers.
The
numbers might be dead by the time this comes out.
Great.
When this comes out, the numbers are gonna be gone.
Yeah, numbers might be gone soon. I have a cat behind me, and then we have Skyler Mac.
Orange.
Yeah, we have Skyler Mac 35 for Skyler's Twitch as well. Yes, sir. And so that's how the Goon Squad eventually came out. I guess that should be like the first thing is how we came together.
Let's officially set this up because who asked the question of who met who first?
Okay, so the first question was who met who first, asked by Soja. Soja was the first person that asked. So the who met who first was I met Bojack first. When did you start training?
I started training February 2017.
Okay, so 2017 was when we had met. It was at a barn in someone's backyard. Or no, it was just a building. I just took Tenshi and Crossley there the other day. It was a little shed on someone's private property in a trailer park. Yes. So he had started training, and because I had been training for a little bit, and then he had started training, but we had never officially met until they needed people to come clean the fucking trailer out. And the first instance I have of meeting him was us singing Jack Swagger's theme song. Check, 1, 2. Oh, yeah! And a whole bunch of other people's theme songs. And then, because we had to walk up these rickety ass fucking stairs to go move shit upstairs for him. And then, we watched Freight Train videos.
Yo, I forgot about the Freight Train video.
We watched Freight Train outside.
Yes.
And so that's how we had met. And then circumstances came, and I ended up leaving the school. And so we didn't talk for a little bit, and then I came back in 2019, 2020.
It was late 2019, heading into 2020. COVID was for sure already a thing.
Mm-hmm. COVID was just starting. COVID was just getting ready to come around because that's where we had really got close was COVID.
Yeah. Because we were cordial and friendly when you were first around, but we just never hung out like that. I think was the main thing.
No. Not really.
Just because I was fucking 17. I didn't fucking talk to anybody.
Right. You gotta remember because you started training at what, 16, 17?
I just turned 17 the month before I started training.
So and I was in 2017. I was 21. So I was I don't know how many 17-year-olds I wanted to hang out with while being 21. So we never really talked like that. And then so when I came back, we talked here and there because I had made a Facebook post about needing a school to go to, and you and Manny hit me up about it. And so I came back, and then COVID hit shortly after, a couple months after. And then we started playing games offline, not on stream or anything, just playing games. Jackbox, shout out Jackbox because that's really what it was.
Shout out Jackbox,
bro. It was.
I think it was me, you, Chad Carson.
Do we want to name drop? Do we want to name drop? Because I can name everyone that was in there.
I think TJ was in there. Yeah, who was all in there?
It was Chad Carson. It was TJ. It was Patrick Scott.
Patrick Scott was there.
It was Josh Powers.
Yes.
And it was Wheeler, Utah.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot he was there. Yeah.
Utah, and we were playing fucking Jackbox. And then me and you just ended up talking a lot through all of that. Just about gaming and shit like that and wrestling. And then basically about a year later we had a seminar at the school. Not a seminar, fucking what do we call it? Open house.
Our new student days?
Yeah, open
house. Yeah.
We had an open house, and that's where Tenshi came in.
Yes, sir.
So pause real quick.
Okay.
I first met Tenshi.
I don't know if I heard this.
At Coastal. So me and Tenshi both went to Coastal Carolina Community College.
And I dropped out.
And
Shouts out, let's go! Dropout gang.
Me, bro. Respect y'all though. Dropout gang. I was close. I was almost with y'all. How did you? Because you knew me, but
So how I found about y'all was through Daniel Crossley, Dylan.
Right.
So what pretty much got me like strongly back into wrestling was there was like this master show locally in at the school I graduated from, was Richlands High School, and the Dawson brothers was there, and they were telling me and Daniel about what they've been doing, how they've been wrestling and stuff like that. So they showed us pictures, they talked about the past history of wrestling. I think like after the show, Daniel told me about, oh hey, I'm in this wrestling school, called CWA, and I was like, oh, CWA, what's that about? And he told me everything about it, and I had to, at the time I had to convince my mother to say, can I go to this tryout? They have this wrestling down in here at Swansboro at this place, and she allowed me. She was hesitant in because mother's gonna be protective, can't blame them. So we went down there, and this is when I saw Antonio Ace. I think Tyler, were you there for that tryout?
I was there.
Okay, there was Tyler, and then there was these two guys wearing the blue shirt. I think this is when things were like the color blue before we went to green.
That's for studs.
Oh, this is Wrestle Factory.
Yeah,
so that was when we were still Wrestle Factory before we went back to Carolina Wrestling Academy, which we'll get into that later on.
That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole
episode.
Y'all can ask that. Y'all can ask that for a future Q&A. We're not.
Yeah, but we had run into each other at Coastal, and then and you're like, are you a wrestler? I was like, what? You're like, yeah, your name's Bojack, right? I was like, what?
Yeah, because I think at the time, as we're going to the venue, Daniel showed me like a video of like you and everybody else that was already on being put on shows. So when I saw you, I was like, yo, he looked familiar. So I walked. Yeah, that's when I walked to the Bojack saying, because at the time, I think this was 2019, I couldn't join, because funds. So I didn't have the right funds, and plus, I couldn't balance it with Coastal going on. So at the right time of 2020, right when I dropped out, beginning of 2020, I joined CWA on 2020 July 12th. And that's pretty much how everything progressed, because like I talked to Bo, saying that you're a wrestler, this and that, and I told you my plans that I do want to wrestle, but I did say like it couldn't be that on that year because school and then my mom and then the funds and everything, but right in the middle of 2020, right when I was turning like 21. And no one knew. Everyone thought I was like 15, 16 years old. When I said I'm turning 21, everyone was like, huh?
Because I had asked you, how old are you? And you told me like 21, and I went, no fucking way you are 21 years old. No fucking way. You are a child. Do not talk to me.
Yeah.
So then like all three of us, we were training together, and then like we all eventually just hanging out, found out we're all into video games and stuff. So then like we'd all start playing video games like offline together and all that shit. So then fast forward to DPW,
December of 2021.
The first DPW show.
Yeah, first DPW
and then that's when our lives will never be the same.
That's when everything went downhill.
Our lives would never be the same again.
You had a nice little 3-person, wholesome friend group, and then it got fucked up.
And then here comes Skyler.
So, we have more questions about DPW later, so I won't get too much on the DPW side of things. But yeah, I'm there. I don't really talk to Tenshi or Bojack or really Tyler at all for a show.
So what ended up happening was like we none of us had communicated. No, like I had seen you there.
Yeah. So I show up, and I do what I have to do, and then one of the things I have to do is hand in the music. So the way that I had to hand in music is I had to give my Dropbox link to some random dude I've never seen before. And which ended up being Tyler, and it was just like, hey, here's my music. I'm like, and then it's like, I didn't get it. It's like, fuck. So I'm like,
what ended up happening was you had sent it to like James, and James had never given me the email.
Yeah, he's like, send it to the email. I was like, sick.
Yeah, so like I don't have access to that email. And he was like, yeah, so go talk to Tyler. Tyler should have it. And I was like, no, I don't have it.
And I went back to James he doesn't have the email. He goes, what do you mean he doesn't have the email? I'm like, what do you mean?
I was like, you never gave it to me. I don't have, like, even to this day, I don't have access to that email. Like,
so long story short, you get my theme song.
Yeah. Right.
So then it's like, okay, cool. Show ends. Once again, really don't talk to Tyler, Bojack, or Tenshi at all.
We didn't talk.
Me and you had like one interaction over like something. We thought something was cool, and then we mutually commented on that. That was.
I'm sitting next to Bojack. We're looking through the curtain. Oh damn, that was pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking to you about
So like I ended up following Skyler on Twitter because I was like, oh okay, so he was at the show, I recognize him.
Yeah.
So I followed him on Twitter, and then I had seen Skyler post that he was streaming. So for like a background real quick, I had been streaming since like 2019. So I've been streaming for a little bit, and so like I love finding new streamers and like going in and hanging out and they're streaming shit. So I had seen Skyler went live.
Yeah. So technically, I've been streaming on and off for fucking 7 years now,
right?
Which is ridiculous. And didn't even come close to affiliate until I actually got it this year.
Crazy.
But that's just the grind, baby.
It's a grind.
I remember you were like, are you already an affiliate? I was like, oh yeah. You're like, what the fuck?
I was doing this shit. Like soon as the Xbox One came out, I got it and started streaming because you could stream off the Xbox One. That was all my first streams were off of that and the PlayStation 4 because I'd never had a good computer until like very recently. So, but yeah. So then he comes in the stream. I'm like, the best part is, for a while, I just saw you come in, saw the name. I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
Right.
I didn't even know you were the guy at DPW. I was like, Tyler Del Guapo. All right, man. You a Boss Rutan fan? Because that's where I know the El Guapo thing from.
And so, like, we had been, because, like, I mentioned that, we had met at DPW. And you're like, oh, okay, da-da-da.
Oh, yeah, you're the music guy, yeah.
Kind of, like, brushed it off. Because it was like, I'm just
I was like, okay.
That just hopped in your
I was like, cool.
Right. So,
you saw your DPW, but I also only said, like, 5 words to you.
Right. So. Understandable. So, like, I was like, all right, I would, hey, I get it. And then, I'll try again, like, in the future.
So then I remember seeing Tyler made a tweet talking about, oh, I'm going to be in a stream with Bojack and Tenshi later. And then we're going to do this thing. And I was like...
Background on that. So, I have never advertised on Twitter that I was going live. Never. I would have, like, the auto tweet go out from, like, Streamlabs and shit like that. But I never really advertised it. So I was like... I was messaging Bo, because Bo had never been in a stream, really, at this point. He had only been in, like, occasionally, like, talking, like, in the chat. So I was like, do you want to, Bo, you had asked, like, can I be in your stream? And I was like, we could stream, yeah, that'd be cool as fuck. And I was like, we can get Tenshi in, and we can get something together. And you were like, do you want to play Rubber Bandits? I was like, I don't know what the fuck that game is. I was like, I don't know. And then, like, that's when I was like, do you want me to just go ahead and make a tweet and, like, advertise Rubber Bandits and shit? And you were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I was like, all right.
And then I was like, "Oh, word, we playing games out here?"
Yeah. So Skyler had commented on the tweet and was like, "Oh yeah, hey, y'all playing games?" I was like, "Yeah, you want to play?" He was like,
I was like, "Oh,
sure.
word."
Sure. And so I messaged Bo and I was like, "Hey, so we have
this guy.
So Skyler Mack. He was at
genuinely. He was like, hey, you remember Skyler Mack from DPW?
Be honest. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was like,
no.
Guy question mark.
No. I was like, I said he was the Canadian.
I was like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
So I said, he commented on the tweet. I was like, and we can. I was like, I invited him in. Is that cool? And he goes, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know if he fits the vibe, but yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if he fits the vibe. It's gonna be real awkward.
Right, because we never talked.
I was like, it might be awkward. We'll just feel it out, I guess. I don't know.
So
too bad that never worked out.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, we all hate each other. Goodbye. That's the end of the podcast. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Just kidding. So me, Bo, and Tenshi were in a call for a good little bit. And you even joined the call and didn't even really say much when you first joined the call.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, how's it going?
No, yeah. Right. And then we start streaming. It turned into the biggest 4-hour disaster that I have ever seen in a fucking stream. So it ends up to us so we played that and then we played Uno, right? Didn't we play Uno on that same stream?
Oh my god, we
did. Yeah, did. So we played Rubber Bandits for a bit, and I was having issues with the streaming setup, with Rubber Bandits. It was occasionally lagging, and I was like, okay, do y'all want to switch over to something else? So, because we played Rubber Bandits for 2 hours or something, and we're like, well, we can play Uno, which also led to the most getting back to Rubber Bandits real quick. This led to the most infamous thing that came out of the first instance of Goon Squad. Was there was a Jesus character in Rubber Bandits. And I was like, oh, I have long hair, I have a beard, I'm gonna pick the Jesus character. Triggered Skyler instantly. Big instance of just no way! He was like, are you Jesus, bro? No, fucking no, me and Jesus have problems, bro. We got heat. Leads to the most infamous quote I have ever heard come out of someone's mouth. Remember, this is an hour into us meeting.
And it's on a live stream.
On a live stream. The first thing out of his mouth, if we need to bleep it, whatever, I don't care. Fuck Jesus, Canada rules, bing bang. The first instance that came out of Skyler's mouth.
He pinned that on his Twitter.
Yes, this became a thing. Yeah. So and it got to the point where we're like, all right, well, yeah, that's out. Yeah, this is cool. He's in. This is it. It fits.
To skip just a tiny bit, it became such a thing that that is me and Skyler's official tag team name is Fuck Jesus, Canada rules, bing bang.
If that tells you the time period of what was huge at that time was bing bang, fuck your life.
Yeah.
So we combined it all and then we get to Uno.
Oh god.
Oh my god. It deteriorated into us doing Austin voices.
Now hold on. Okay, hold on. If Rubber Bandits was the most fucked thing any of us had been a part of, and up until that point,
yeah.
Somehow we looked at Rubber Bandits and was like,
hold on.
Right.
Nah, bro, hold my beer. This is the move. Yeah, hold my beer, bro.
This is the new moves for streaming now. We got this.
And then, man, off the rails does not even begin to describe wow.
No way, dude. Uno?
What?
Fucking no. What? What? Oh, hell yeah! It was like an hour and a half. Come on, you got me a damn yellow sun! Oh, hell yeah!
All four of us. Because, like, Uno's already fucked up.
Yes.
Like, Uno's already fucked up.
It destroys friendships.
Absolutely.
Except it built ours.
Yeah, but it built ours, yeah.
Start doing Stone Cold impression. And, like, one of us says it, like, offhanded as, like, a joke. And then we all keep doing it. And then we all don't stop.
No, it never stopped. The remainder of the stream was just Austin voices. Was all, hell yeah.
So my favorite part is, like, so we ended up, we're like, oh, so we need, like, a group thing now. Like, we just need to be in a group chat just to talk. Like, we haven't talked. We didn't talk, like, casually at all before the stream or anything. So, like, after the stream, we were like, okay, we need, like, a place where we can actually talk to each other, because all four of us seem to be pretty good friends now.
Because we had the Discord group first.
Yes, but we then made the Facebook group.
But
I remember, the reason I'm bringing this up, because I remember the day after this Uno stream, we pretty much all messaged in the chat, dude, my throat is fucked.
Yeah.
I remember, my voice is gone. My brain cells are also gone.
I remember you saying that because I was like, what did you just say? Your throat is what?
I'm like, I cannot speak. I'm like, my face still hurts. My head hurts. My throat hurts. This sucks. Let's do it again.
And we did.
Yeah, we did. Like, I don't remember what, like, it led to, but, like, I don't remember, like, the next streams after, but I remember the first stream was, like,
my favorite part about just, like, the way things happen, is, like, for most people, that Rubber Bandit section probably would be their most fucked up stream. But Rubber Bandits was just half
that was the baseline
of our fucked up stream.
Yeah, that was the baseline.
I feel like we end up doing that a lot with our Twitch things, because I feel like we do stuff and it's like, okay, that's probably the most fucked up thing we're gonna do on stream ever. Like today, like I'm dating this when we're recording.
Yeah.
Today, we just did that Nidhogg in slow motion with fucking.
Bro, we played Nidhogg for 30 minutes.
Let me set the stage on this. All right, so man, so me and Skyler recently, or me and Tyler too, and me and Tenshi, we're all very competitive gamers. Not like toxically, but like, you know, we like to win at video games.
Yeah.
And we've been like 1v1ing and stuff recently. So I remember Nidhogg, and I was like, Nidhogg is like a fun 1v1 game. We should try it. And so like we tried it today for the first time, and man, does that game like, and maybe it's just like we didn't figure the settings. Man, does that game like not want to work right now? To the point where the lag was so bad, where like it was just slow. Like me and Skyler were playing this game for like 30 minutes,
and it came up to 3 minutes of in-game time.
Yeah, so like the gameplay said 3 minutes, but like we were there for 30 minutes watching this round like take place.
And we turned on moon gravity.
It was moon gravity. No, you had the force throws
boomerang
for kills.
Sword?
Yeah, and boomerang swords. So the sword would come back when you threw it.
Yeah, that sword's going crazy.
Oh my god. What happened to the sword, bro?
Oh, here I am. Oh, bro, he's staying with the glitchy. Oh, yeah, please fix that. Hiya! Bitch. Yo, this is the match of the century right here, bro. Basically, I'm just bringing this up because it's just like, basically, like, if I'm thinking about the timeline, really, it was Rubber Bandits, then Uno. And then the next big fucked thing I remember is, oh, Tyler's doing a release stream of the Pokemon game. Let me hop in voice chat.
Oh my god! Yeah, so when Pokemon Legends Arceus came out, I was like, I bought it the day of, and I was like, I'll do it. Like, I did a midnight release of it. Because I'm a big Pokemon guy. So Skyler was like, hey, can I join in the call? I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, whatever, it's just me, whatever, sure. You like Pokemon? Not really? Alright, cool, whatever.
I do, though, but,
okay.
But yeah. Big mistake.
Right.
Big old mistake.
Because, like, dude, I'd like, not to touch into your personal life, this led to fucking Skyler casually revealing he's bisexual in this stream. By saying, and I wish I was making this up, he reveals that he is bisexual by saying he wanted to fuck Scar. Now, Scar, as in the lion from Lion King.
And, remember, wasn't out of passion or lust. It was just to show dominance to get the Pride Land back.
Show dominance over the Pride Land. And he goes, and look, because he said, yeah, and as a bisexual, it fits. And I was like, did you just come out on stream? So like, I didn't say anything, and then like 10 minutes pass, and Skyler goes, did I just say I was bisexual? I was like, yeah, you did. He goes, oh wow, I haven't told anyone that. All right, well, hey, yeah, I'm bi. I was like,
let's go.
All right. All right. Great. So
yeah,
that's how Pokemon Legends Arceus was. It turned into people wanting to fuck cartoon characters, and Skyler coming out as, I'm bisexual because I want to fuck Scar.
Yo, bro, it's like I said, the bar just keeps getting raised.
Dude, oh my god. So, okay, so I had a question here that was for me, but I figure we can kind of do it for like everyone.
Okay.
Like, it was Tyler, how did you become El Guapo, which was asked by Mikey Myers. But I feel like we can also do like, how did you become Bojack? How did you become Tenshi? Skyler,
no way.
Skyler. You're just Skyler.
That's my name.
Yeah, you're just Skyler.
I'll answer mine first.
I'm
well,
bored.
About 23 years ago, my parents were having a kid, and they went, what should we name the kid? Oh, Skyler sounds cool. I was born.
There you go.
And now my name is Skyler.
So I'll go with mine real quick, because mine won't be that long. So when I was growing up, so I have a brother-in-law that is Venezuelan. And me and him were fucking around playing an MMA game. It was an ESPN, or no, was it EA Sports or something? Like it wasn't UFC. It was just MMA.
Yeah, EA Sports MMA.
Yeah. So we were playing that, and Baj Rutten was in the game.
Good old boss.
Good old Baj Rutten. And Baj Rutten's nickname is El Guapo in the game. Or like, you know, in real life too, but you know. So I jokingly said I was El Guapo. So my brother-in-law, Ozzy, started calling me El Guapo as a joke. You know, just us fucking around. Well, it got to a point where, like, later on in high school, one of my friends in high school changed their name on Facebook to, like, El Flaco. And I was like, all right, we're being dumb, whatever. I'll change my Facebook name to El Guapo. So it just ended up sticking to where now every person that sees me basically refers to me as El Guapo. It's either Tyler or Guapo. It's one of the two. Like, I think the most surreal moment I've had of it is Steve Carino calls me Guapo, which is... What? So, but that's basically where it came from, was my brother-in-law, is essentially it.
Sick.
It's fucked.
So, Bojack.
That's funny, though.
How did you get the name Bojack?
All right, man. You want to hear about it? All right, man. All right, so 22 years ago,
it's
all right?
Yeah, Bojack was born.
No. So, no, I wasn't really sure where I wanted to come in with, you know, like my persona, to speak. Right. And like it definitely wasn't like a conscious like, oh, I'm gonna do Bojack from Dragon Ball Z, but like that's where I first heard the name, and then like it just randomly popped up. I was like, Bojack is a cool name, and then like for a while I was playing around with like a last name, and like I just couldn't find anything that I liked, and I'm pretty sure it was either Jakob Hammermeyer or Patrick Scott. One of them was like, just don't have a last name, and I was like, what? They were like, just don't have a last name. And it like fucking blew my mind. I was like,
You could do that?
I'm allowed to do that? I was like, I'm allowed to just like not have a last name? Why not? I was like, holy fuck. so yeah, I was like, fuck it, that's my name. And then it's just stuck with me like forever. And I have like some backup names for, whatever reasons. But that's the one that like I feel like it just represents me the best. And no, it's not from Bojack Horseman.
Are you sure you're not a Bojack Horseman guy?
And then I talked about, I did an interview the other day. Not the other day, it was like a week or two ago. And he's like, have you watched the show? I was like, and I'm sure it's a good show, but I'm so sick of Bojack Horseman jokes. To the point where like there was some guy at a promotion that I won't mention the guy or the promotion by name. But he like made a Bojack Horseman joke, and I was like, normally I'm like a good sport about stuff, but that one is just like so old and like so stupid and so easy, and like everyone's heard it before, so it's not even funny anymore. I was like, yeah, dude, it's like not even fucking like funny. I just deadpan and serious. I was like, it's like legitimately not funny anymore. I hear it all the time. It's not creative. It's just dumb as fuck. And he like felt so bad. But yeah.
What I want to say about that is I remember there was one Bojack Horseman joke that I orchestrated that you weren't aware of, and then when you did get aware of it, you did laugh. And that was when I was talking about getting you and me with Tully Blanchard to start working on the new Four Horsemen.
Yes.
And then so I'm explaining this whole
Skyler,
thing, laying out this plan.
Horseman.
No, hold on. So I was going through all this stuff. I was telling us all this stuff, and Bojack's like, "Oh yeah, this sounds sick." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll do all this." And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be Skyler Mac Horseman. You'll be." And he was like, "Oh, you fuck."
You'll be Bojack Horseman, bro.
I think I was more so pissed that like you went through all that trouble for that to be the punchline.
Because we had made a bit that like all of the members of the group were gonna have the last name Horseman. Because I played along with the bit. Because I knew where he was going. I knew where he was going. So I was like, all right, yeah. So you'll be like, we'll have like Tully Horseman, Skyler Horseman. I think we had joked Yusufer was gonna be in it. Yusufer Horseman.
I was so pissed.
Horseman.
But like you were so proud of the delivery too. I was like, God damn it! But like, I was like, he got me, bro. Like he got me.
The weird part was like, I could tell you wanted to be pissed because you're upset of like that was a joke being made, but you were like, but I can't lie. The setup and everything else.
It was so good. I was like, if I actually get upset, I am in the wrong right now because that was fucking funny.
So that shows everybody you can do a joke that's super old and everyone heard it before if you set it up right.
Yeah, but if you just have a new delivery, hey,
catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Just like wrestling, telling jokes is 95% setup.
So, Tenshi, how did you come up with the name Tenshi X?
So how I came up with this random ass name Tenshi? We was in the car ride back in 2017. I was just like we was going for somewhere, and I think it was Sunday, but we was in Jacksonville. So I randomly just sat up behind Malcolm, my older brother. And I said,
shout out just Malcolm. He's also
a
referee for DPW and a professional wrestler.
And this at the time, like you're going through consoles or PC or any type of username you want so people you can stand out online. So I just leaned forward. Hey Malcolm, what do you think of Tenshi X? He's like, oh yeah, where's that from? I don't know. Like I just thought of it, and I looked it up, and it just means angel. And then. And I kept telling people more about the name. He was like, oh, so you got that name from Tenshi, such and such, because everyone's saying that it's an anime. And I'm looking at him like, it's an anime? I didn't know it was a damn anime. What you mean? So I just kept Tenshi X. But you know, in 2018, I evolved it from Tenshi X, even though that's my wrestler name. I evolved it for my Twitch name. I evolved it from Tenshi Otsumaki. Tenshi Otsumaki came from Naruto, and I was just playing Shinobi Striker, and this is when Shinobi Striker came out back in 2018. And I was just thinking of like what like type of last name I can put together, and I thought of Uzumaki and Otsutsuki, but I'm not gonna get onto the Otsutsuki part. I just put them together, and I got Otsumaki. So I stuck with that for a long time. I stuck with both names for a very long time.
All right.
At least you didn't pick like a name like XX Shadow Warrior 34XX.
69, 420, blaze it.
God Killer XX3.
MLG.
What was that dumb commercial username that we go around like something Shadow?
The Legend 47?
Supposed to be playing Game of War, but this one player keeps kicking my ass.
Is it the Legend 27?
Yeah, the Legend 27.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single time it was a YouTube ad and a commercial. Oh, you mean the Legend 47? What?
Is that the Legend 47?
So,
What's our next question?
So our next question is from Justin Big Cum Dude Havoc.
Oh yeah.
As eloquently named in the Goon Squad Discord. And it's more basically it's the question is, what's it like being an up and coming wrestler?
No idea.
That would be my answer
too. No way.
How do we up and how do I come? I don't know.
we'll make it work. We'll get there. I'll show you, Skyler. It's all right. We'll get there.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, well, I guess I'll answer because fucking
yes, sir.
Fucking
Yeah, Mr. Up and Comer. Yeah.
I'm all right. Look. All right. All right. It's definitely weird. Because man, it's so weird. Like we start this like wrestling bullshit, and obviously, like, you know, it's like, oh, I want to fucking main event, blah 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 blah, and be a big star, and blah blah blah. But then, like, when you get to the reality of it, like, obviously we still love it, but it becomes very like real, like how much work and how much time it's gonna take to like get to like that super grand stage. So you kind of just have to take it day by day and dose by dose and just live in the moment of shit. I try not to think too much about stuff like this, like, oh, I'm a up and coming star, blah, blah, blah. But like, it is nice to see, like, you know, where I started and where I was when I first started to like now, to where like I'm seeing bigger crowds and I'm being recognized more places, and like I'll go somewhere that's not home and people will like know me and like be fans of mine, and it's really weird. Me and Diego had a show in New Jersey not too long ago, and I had people that like knew me, and like some of the wrestlers there, like some of like the younger wrestlers, like the trainees, were like wanted a picture with me and Diego, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So it's really cool, but it's also really weird because like I'm just a dude. You know, like I'm just a guy. So it's weird for me to like experience this stuff and like have people think of me because they're seeing Bojack, they're not seeing shoot name guy. Right. It's like they're sort of seeing like a mix now, because when I first started, Bojack was just like a brick wall basically.
Didn't really talk. Yeah, you never showed personality. It was just I am big dude that fucks you up. Is like
so I didn't talk. I'll get into it now. This is the place to do that. I didn't talk because my voice is like much lighter than you expect it to be. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a big fucking wall of a human being, and my voice is very soft and on the lighter side. But I eventually got to the point where I just was like, well, there's nothing I can do to like fix that, but also like I'm a good talker. Because I was terrified of promos for the longest time because I was like, oh, I don't want my voice to throw off my mystique, blah blah blah. Which like I still think I worked best talking like minimally. But I'm at the point now where like I'm not afraid to talk because I'm confident when I talk and I know what to say when I need to. and how to get like my point across and evoke X emotion, blah blah blah, all that bullshit that goes to this fucking crazy ass shit that we. But no, yeah. So I guess that's my answer for that is weird and crazy, but fun and cool.
I have a bit to say about this too. So like, it's funny because like I also have people who end up like recognizing me from doing like, oh, you're on the DPWs. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm like the same Canadian, the very one. But so like I'll touch on something you didn't, because like I kind of like I've seen like some of that stuff like you were talking about, but like the part you didn't touch on, which I'm gonna say it because I've said it before, and I'm not really afraid to say it because I think it's fucking weird, and I'm fully ready to just call that out. There'll be people who I've worked with in the past, or I've been on the same shows with. I'm not gonna name any names, so it won't be that crazy, but there'll be people who like never like batted an eye to me, who like never like pretty much acknowledge that I exist. I go off. I'm on a couple DPW shows. I start going around the Northeast Indies where I'm at again, and suddenly these people who wanted what seemingly looked like nothing to do with me suddenly come up. So I see you're like, they didn't even say hi to me first either. It's just like they come up to me. Oh, see you're on that DPW stuff now, huh? How would how am I
immediately want something from you?
Immediately trying to brother their way in.
Yeah. Oh, how could I get in there? You think you could help me get out in there?
I'm like, for me, yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro, you didn't like talk to me or help me get anything in these small ass places we'd be working over here, and you want me to fucking talk you up and bring you all the way down to North Carolina with me, bro? Right. I've never even seen you talk to me before.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
So, like, I can it's not really up and coming wrestler because like I haven't debuted yet, but it's like fucking I get that too. Like what Skyler was saying was like people hitting me up being like, hey, or hey, can I get booked here? Is there a way to get me in? Like to the point that like people think I legitimately own DPW. I don't understand. Like to the point like. Go ahead.
I'll tell the story.
Okay.
Here's a funny story of something that we just recently had.
Like last week.
So
like
there was
past week.
Yeah, so there was also it was at a PWF show. Me, Tyler, and Tenshi. Well, we'll get into it later. But our training school, Carolina Wrestling Academy, is the school underneath Premier Wrestling Federation. That's like our home promotion. So someone that yeah, hit up PWF Live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Twitter, yeah.
Tell your friends.
Wait.
Hold on, I'll change his tune. Skyler Matt coming soon.
No way.
Oh. No way.
But no, man, like, so someone that works, and they know Tyler and have known Tyler for a while.
For like more context behind it, I have never had a conversation with this individual in the 2 to 3 years that I have worked with PWF. Never. Like maybe like passing comment, hey, how's it going? Nice, good to see you.
How's it going?
Yeah, and like other like production shit, but like nothing, no kind of like real,
no casual
person to person conversation. Right. Yeah. So Tyler's just chilling, and then homie is like, "Yeah, DPW seems like a fun place to work."
Mm-hmm.
Tyler's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I'd like to make it out there sometime if I could." Tyler's like,
cool.
"Yeah,
man, that'd be cool. Yeah, hell yeah, you absolutely should," is what I said.
And then, after dropping the feeler out questions, then brother just drops the dime, and he's like, Aren't you the owner? Like, don't you run DPW?
Don't you own? Are you the owner of DPW? No way. No way, bro. I said no, bro. I just help out there. I was like,
music, bro.
So like, as a thing is like on my Facebook, I jokingly have said I'm the owner, because like people I have gotten so many DMs on Facebook asking me to be booked because they think I'm the owner. To the point that I have the booking email, and I just like when people ask me, I just send them the booking email. I don't even correct them that I'm the owner anymore. I just fucking go, yeah, man, fucking here's the booking email. Send the thing to the booking email. Like, fucking leave me alone, bro. No, I do not own Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I do not book Deadlock Pro Wrestling.
Let's get our next question.
So the next question was asked by Eli, who trains at Carolina Wrestling Academy.
Shout out Eli.
Who is our favorite wrestler
Now?
So I didn't really touch base on that, like if it's all time or now. I guess we could just do like all time.
Who's your favorite of ever?
We could do all time, and we could do it now. Like,
we could just say both.
Yeah. So I'll go first. So my favorite wrestler of all time is probably Chris Hero.
Nerd.
Fuck off. It is Chris Hero.
Suck up.
No way, bro. I was a fan of him before.
Man starts working with us and suddenly favorite wrestler of all time.
Look, bro. He was one of my all-time favorites beforehand.
What happened to El Generico, bro? What happened to El Generico?
Okay, so that's my favorite now. Is
how? El Generico's dead.
Bro, alright. Off the record.
He's in Tijuana, bro.
Off the record. El Generico Sami Zayn is my fucking favorite of like current day. On the record, El Generico is doing great with the orphans in Tijuana, Mexico. But Chris Hero is my all-time favorite. All-time, like, so it's really like, because Chris Hero doesn't wrestle as much. That's kind of why I didn't put him for the now. But Sami Zayn, El Generico is like my all-time, like modern day and like general is just him. I've always been a huge fan of him. So, Skyler?
Word. Yeah, I mean, I guess like it's funny because like my favorite wrestler of all time ended up being the first wrestler I really saw, which some people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's Canadian. I know exactly who this is gonna be."
Which we do have a question later on, by the way, for like when did we start watching wrestling?
Yeah. So. Favorite wrestler of all time, and the first wrestler I ever saw that I was like, "Oh yeah, this fucking rules." Great Muta. It's my fucking.
You're telling me it's not Bret Hart?
You're not an Edge fan?
Your favorite wrestler's an Edge or Bret Hart? Skyler, are you a real Canadian?
What about Christian, bro?
Yeah, listen. I love Bret Hart. I'm in Bret Hart's Discord server. All right.
Which is the wildest fucking thing you have ever told me is that Bret Hart has a fucking Discord server. Anyway, sorry.
I have an outgoing friend request to him on Discord. I hope he adds me back one day.
Yeah, he uses Discord all the time. He just looks. You're the only person,
son.
You're the only person he hasn't approved. He just looks there and be like, "No way, I'm accepting this dude with a Satchel Paige profile picture. No way."
Brett, call me back, please.
Bro, hit my line, bro.
No, yeah, Muta definitely is. That's my fucking dude for all time. Very close with Hayabusa. That's like the 1-2, like all time. Now, so that's tough. Because yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weird like. So I don't know if like I can I have to find a way to explain it. But wrestling right now is really weird to me. Where I'm just kind of like, obviously there's a lot of good wrestling still.
Yeah.
I've seen it in person and on TV or the internet or whatever. But like right now, I'm just kind of like, if I'm talking about like favorite wrestlers, like right now, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, and I don't know if that's because I'm now like in it and I'm like a worker too now. And like, I don't know if like that, like, that's definitely going to change the way I look at things. So I don't know if that has like affected my like decision making on like who's my like favorite wrestlers or anything like that, or I don't know. Like it's weird. So like
I agree with that because like I'd say like most of my favorite wrestlers nowadays is people I know and friends with. To be honest.
No way.
If
I know you, you're actually worse.
I hate your matches, bro. You fucking suck.
Tenshi.
Fucking
No. I'm sorry. Sorry, Scott. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, if I know you, like your matches go down to at least 6 stars, and like
Yeah,
you're
minus
5 stars.
You're starting -1. You have to like build up from there, so you better have a banger. So no, like I like. There's a lot of wrestlers that I'm like, oh, you're very good. Like I'm a big Rocky Romero guy.
Right. I was gonna ask, is there a wrestler that you just enjoy watching? Like if you had to sit down and watch a match, you would watch it.
Big Rocky Romero guy. I like Brother Yashi or Yashi or whatever the fuck you're supposed to say it, from Dragon Gate and all that. Fucking, I like, Tommy N / Malachi Black / Aleister Black, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Right.
Mike Bailey. Like, there's a lot of guys like I enjoy watching, but I'm just kind of like, if I'm gonna sit there and it's like, oh, you're my favorite wrestler of right now ever. I don't know, man. Fucking, I don't know. James Darnell, probably. I don't know.
Suck my dick.
Great wrestler, dude.
Wow.
Please book me.
Please book me.
And look, if you hear me right now, please book me.
Please.
Wow.
You have my email, bro.
Wow.
You have my number. You have my number.
Wow. Wow.
Kiss ass. Anyway, Tenshi.
Wow.
Tenshi.
Wow.
He's sinking lower and lower. Your favorite wrestler isn't Bojack, Skyler? No way.
Wow.
What about Bojack?
Wow.
Bojack, that's where it's at.
Wow.
Oh, big Bojack guy.
Wow. 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 I'm stuck. Wow.
For those that can't see, Bojack slid down and is now stuck in the fucking chair. There we go.
I'm good.
Okay, he's back. All right, Tenshi, who is your favorite all-time wrestler and current wrestler to watch today?
Is it
Eddie
LaParca?
Guerrero.
That's a great answer.
You see this? You see this right here?
Is it LaParca, bro? You big LaParca guy?
Go kick rocks.
What do you mean?
We'll say that for another episode. We'll say that for another episode.
That was really us becoming friends and shit. Was LaParca really?
It's that bullshit.
What the fuck you mean?
It was 4 a.m. Another time.
It was 4.
All right, stop. We'll get on it another day.
A whole other argument. Ask about LaParca in the next Q&A.
If you want to know, ask about LaParca.
Ask about LaParca.
And my favorite wrestler right now is Kid Bandit.
Whoa.
That's fair.
Aww.
That's fair.
What, Mark?
So you, I don't know.
Shut
I don't know if it got addressed. So your favorite wrestler of all time was
Eddie.
Oh, right.
Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
So I'm saying, like you said, of all times, Eddie Guerrero. And then,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I was going to say.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but no, fuck that guy.
Yeah. True. True.
I'll go after that fucking bit of nonsense.
Yep.
My favorite wrestler of all time is The Undertaker. Just because when I first got into wrestling, I was like, wow, this guy's cool and spooky and weird.
Spooky.
Spoopy.
I thought the tombstone didn't make any sense because I was like, how is that not death? Which there it is.
It was a
Wow,
tombstone.
and then
now?
right now, my favorite wrestler to watch is Shingo Takagi. That's actually someone like the fucking dragon. I draw a little bit of inspiration from him too in some of the shit that I do, but he's just dope as fuck. And him and Will Ospreay from 2019 was one of my favorite matches I've seen in a really long time.
Super Junior final.
Yeah. That was it was one of the best matches I'd seen in a really long time, and that was one of the. It'd been a long time since I'd been so invested in a match because I was actually good about watching fucking rest of the Super Juniors in G1 that year, so I was actually watching shit week to week, event by event, and actually keeping up with everything. So yeah, that's my favorite right now. I'm going to pause on your questions and your list questions because in our Discord we just got another question from our lovely friend Dino Winwood.
Dino? We have a no way. So we actually don't know the question. Wait, what?
He said, "What is your favorite hot day drink?"
Oh shit.
Hot day drink.
Honestly, it's gonna be probably really boring and cliche, but yo, a good glass of lemonade goes crazy when it's hot out. Especially since like
coffee. No way. No way you just said coffee.
Hold on. Tenshi, do you mean like those like cold like coffee like espresso drinks?
You mean hot coffee on a hot day?
You on a summer day? On a summer day, you have been sweating outside for 5 hours, and you're gonna fucking drink a coffee, bro? No
Go to jail.
Fucking way. No way. Jail. You are banned from answering questions, bro. No fucking way.
I'm just kidding. Cold water. Damn.
Oh yeah. Delicious water.
I was about to say, no way, bro. No way.
Tenshi, are you for real saying hot coffee right now?
No, bro.
Bro, you would die.
No.
Bro, you deserve to be in prison. But no, but like, it's because like, especially like you said, if you're sweating and you're like fucking doing shit outside and it's hot as shit out, which like a lot of the times I end up doing for my like job and shit, dude, lemonade goes crazy because you get the fucking, it's cold, you get the taste, and you get some of the sugar back that you fucking lost. That shit goes crazy.
I'm about to say,
Fuck your shit.
I would say, it depends on like where I'm at. Like if I'm home, it's water. It's water. I'm drinking water after sweating all day. If I'm like out and about, it'll be like a I was about to say vitamin water, not vitamin water. It's the oh man, it's the fucking, they have like blueberry flavor ones and shit. It's a sports drink. It's a sports drink, and I don't remember what it's.
Gatorade?
No, it's not Gatorade. It's not Gatorade. It's like
Powerade.
No.
G Fuel.
Damn it, no. Hold on.
Sponsor us, please.
Absolutely.
God.
Booking email at fucking goonsquad@gmail.com.
Well, you better get that shit now.
Yeah, you're right. That's a bit, guys. We don't have a booking email.
Write that down. Write that down.
Body armor. Body armor was what I was trying to say. Body armor.
I was thinking like, what other?
Isn't that the one that has the Kobe Bryant?
Yes, so like that's actually what made me remember what to look up was the Kobe Bryant drink. I was like, Kobe drink, and it goes body armor, and I was like, okay, that's it. Body armor was the one that I was thinking of.
So mine are kind of boring. So like water, just because like, you know,
delicious water.
I think that's just like from like training, like doing sports and like lifting like my entire teenage into young adult life. It's at the point where like water is just like, it's like godsend. Those hot days like on the football field and like we're dying and it's like, all right, water break, and like you're having to like fucking fight each other these fucking bottles.
It's just water.
It's just water. Hey. So water, Gatorade, but also like a good like slushy be hitting on a hot day, bro.
Ooh, right.
Talk to me.
Like a good like whatever your favorite flavor is, like cherry, fucking like blueberry, like just a good slushy be hitting on a hot summer day.
True, speak it.
Fuck your shit, bro.
So yeah, Mr. Winwood has a second question too. This one I love Dino so much because I would never think to ask anybody this.
Okay.
If you could put any random thing as part of a pattern on a Hawaiian shirt, what would it be?
What? Ain't no way, bro. No way. What?
See,
genuinely, that's a question. It's a real question.
So like, okay, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Like, Tenshi just left. So like, we have So like I have like the questions in front of me, so I kind of have like a baseline of like what.
Not these.
You know, like off the record, we have questions like in front of us. So like when we went through them beforehand, not like giving the answers, but like just went through it beforehand, just like what these questions are. I don't even have like an answer that I could give for this fucking question. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin to think. No way.
Yeah, bro. So like, see, I misread this, which is really funny, because I thought he was just asking what kind of Hawaiian shirt do you want.
Man, I would put Aku Aku from Crash to Insanity. This is what I was getting.
Aku Aku, that's actually
really dope.
That's actually dope. Let me read this question. Like, let me actually read this question.
You think we're live?
Tenshi, I thought you were gonna say one with like Naruto symbol.
Oh no.
The hidden leaf symbol, the Akatsuki fucking cloud.
See, I was, but that would like be the most too cliche answer. But we always gotta give props to the classic that was never get talked about. To be honest,
you're right.
Would be dope. Yeah,
so like if I had to give one, it would be like it would be Kingdom Hearts related. I feel like honestly.
Ooh.
So would you get his key? Would you get the key emblems?
Keyblade, yeah, the different keyblades, like all the different keyblades going through as the pattern. I think.
Got you.
I think it'd be
You
cool.
guys are all going straight video games over here.
This is the first one.
I've been really into like Star Wars stuff lately, so I think mine would be like, I think I'd want one that's like droids specifically, so like R2s and like C3PO and like some other like just other like name BB-8, other specific name droids that I can't remember right now. I think that'd be really dope.
Man, if TJ was here, I bet his would just be just like a cross on his Hawaiian shirt, just going across.
Oh, thank
I think
God.
my favorite thing was that your mic cut out for me. Like,
Thank God.
way.
Because
So
we
I was
don't need
like,
that screaming.
yeah, no way, bro. I didn't want
It was like what?
That's exactly how it went. What?
You know what would be crazy on a Hawaiian shirt?
What?
What if it was just, so since you guys all went with like pop culture shit, I'm gonna go way to left field.
Okay.
What if it was just the mug root beer logo?
No way.
All over that shit.
No way.
Bro, we going crazy.
Mug root beer?
With that bulldog on it, with the fucking big old glass.
With the bulldog?
With the
dog
glass?
doing, bro?
With the glass?
I was say that. What the dog do it? That dog
What
drunk.
you doing with the glass, bro?
You know, looking this image up, yeah, you know what, man?
You see what I'm saying?
You
You
know,
know something.
like,
see what I'm
look at this shit, bro. Like, come on, bro.
That's pretty baller though. Like a cream colored shirt with that like all over it. Yo,
If someone gets that made and sends it to me, I will.
Yeah, bro.
wear it out.
Everyone make every one of the designs we. Oh, that's no. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. That's our merch. Don't you steal our fucking ideas.
I'm sure we'll make a ton of money off of stuff we don't own. That'd be awesome.
Especially my Star Wars one, dude. Disney would be on my ass.
Dude, they would kill you, bro.
The best part
How do
is,
you
with your
think
Star Wars-
Square? You think Square Enix ain't about to fuck me up because
Hold
I'm
on,
about to
guys.
throw fucking
I'm gonna say
keyblades?
this right now. All three of yours, you could probably find a way to make it slightly different where you can get away from copyright. I'm
Right.
talking about just stealing a company's logo and throwing it on a shirt.
True. All right. Well, let's get on to the next question here. So this was asked by Woodard T. And it was, what wrestling academy did you start training at? So, like, this one can be real quick, because, like, we had touched base on it earlier. Was, for me, Bojack and Tenshi, it was all the Carolina Wrestling Academy. First was owned by Steve Carino, and is now currently owned by Jakob Hammermeyer, who is the one that played the main part in most of our training. I think that's kind of just straight to the point.
Talk your shit.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll let Skyler answer his, because Skyler is the only one that did not train at Carolina Wrestling Academy.
Yeah, because I'm far.
Yeah, no, you far
The
away.
drive to Carolina Wrestling Academy every time I'd have to go to training would be a little rough.
Oh, you'll be
So
alright.
you know,
You don't
12
want it.
hours.
You don't want it, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I don't.
Must not want it.
No, I thought you had that dog in you, bro.
Bro,
What? What the hell? Release the Tenshi cut.
Tenshi's just like testing the capabilities of his mic right now.
Release the Tenshi cut.
So, yeah, man. So you know,
take high pitch. Yeah. We can take that.
So instead of the 12 hours driving to Carolina Wrestling Academy and back, I drive 3 hours to go to training now. I go to I've always trained at good old Creative Pro New Jersey, or as it's known, Wrestling Pro and or Creative Pro, and this is the one in New York too. I've gone to a couple times, and yeah, and it's funny because like I guess like the way I was trained was interesting. Not in like I'm not saying this like in a bad way. So I was trained like, you know, by like with the Wrestle Pro guys and like the Creative Pro guys and all that. But then I also did so much in terms of like not even just like seminars, but like different like camps and shit where it's like there are different training schools essentially that I went through throughout all of this. So like, you know, I did shit with like Dr. Tom Pritchard, Hero, freaking what's his, I even did like a promo thing with Kevin Kelly. I've gone and done stuff with I don't know why it's you know, Buddy Matthews, you know, Buddy Murphy, whatever the hell. Yeah. So like I kind of gotten to the point where I'm trying, because like if you look back to like a lot of the wrestlers, when I look back at a lot of the wrestlers I like and everything like that, they talk about like, oh yeah, I trained here, but I also trained with all these other fucking people. Because like the way I think you get good at this shit is that you need so many different angles at this. So if you like stay with like one set of thing that's only going to teach you one specific way, I feel like that's only going to get you a certain distance doing it one way the whole time. Because like if you look at all the people who make the most money and who get like the most places, they are doing so much different shit than everyone else that was there. Like, and you can even look at people who come from the same spot. Like, I'll talk Creative Pro here, and I'll talk about two people in AEW. MJF. Oh, I'll talk a bunch of people. MJF, Bear Country, The Acclaimed, Chris Statlander. Those are all Wrestle Pro people, but you can tell, like, because the Wrestle Pro like encourages you to go out and try different shit with different people and all this stuff. So you can tell by all of them, by the way they work, that they all have these different like pieces thrown into all these other things. So it's like, yeah, just like I'm trying to like literally like train anywhere and everywhere I can fucking get into at this point. Just that, because like that's the only way you're gonna be well rounded is if you're actually rounded. Like you can't just be like you can't do it because like you can't be like, oh, I'm a well-rounded wrestler. It's like, yeah, man, you've been trained by J Smith Jones out of his fucking garage for 14 years. Cool,
Triple J Smith Jones, love that guy.
Yeah,
that's quintuple J.
Exactly. Like you got trained by like the same one dude, and like the one dude could be a really good trainer,
right?
But if like you got one dude telling you how to do it, fucking wrestling's like flavors of ice cream, man. Like some people are gonna like this, it's gonna work for them. Mm-hmm. Something's gonna like you have to do, I guess, not necessarily everything in wrestling, but you need to get pretty damn close to start really fucking working.
Right. Yeah. No, like that's cause like so it's funny because when I talk about like who trains me and like so I'll start because it kind of branches with me. So when CWA first started, Steve Corino was the head coach. And then obviously Steve started working at WWE as a coach and producer, blah, blah, blah. He just got really busy with that and he couldn't be around. So Steve technically owned the school when I first started training, but Jakob Hammermeyer has always been like my hands-on guy. But I still claim Steve as a trainer because Steve has taught me a lot about like the grander scheme of wrestling and like the business side of things. He's given me a lot of like good tips and stuff like that over the years, and I'm very grateful to him for that. But Jakob handled all of like my in-ring shit, and they both are big on the principle of someone asked me on like my Instagram earlier today, they're like, what's like the best piece of advice you've been given? And I was like, wrestling wise, it's that there is no one singular correct way to do anything.
Right.
Mostly because this shit is fucking made up.
Yeah.
Spoiler, guys.
It's
Spoiler.
still real to me, damn it. Different things work at different times in different locations for different crowds.
Yes.
So there's no one singular right way to say this is how wrestling needs to be done, because that's just not what it is. And you'll have guys like, so I help train at the Carolina Wrestling Academy now. It's like me, Jakob Hammermeyer still, obviously, Colby Carino, and then some more guys that like just recently started like helping run classes and stuff. But yeah, so like, and we all are very different wrestlers, and we all think about wrestling in very different ways. So I'm with you 100% on that. Where you can't learn the same thing from the same guy and be a well-rounded performer, because that's just not. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. It's to learn the same things from the same dude or whoever for X amount of time and expect to like realistically do anything with that.
Right.
Yeah, and like what I'm like very like thankful for like Creative Pro is like if I just name off the people who are like normal trainers that like I like get like a lot of training from like consistently there, Pat Buck, Brian Myers, LSG, Bobby Wayward, Sean Donovan, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, freaking those are the people who were there a lot.
Insert name here, essentially.
Yeah, like those are the people who were there a lot, and then you get added on to the people who show up sometimes. Like Dan Moff used to show up all the time over there. You had freaking Kenny Omega used to come by. Fucking
That's crazy.
like, yeah, so like super lucky on that.
Right.
Like super lucky on like that sense of stuff, but it's like even then with all of that, where that seems like it would be people's like fucking I had to go to like 17 different fucking seminars to get close to that. Even after that, there's the Wrestle Pros and like Creative Pro is still like, okay, cool. You have all of this. You have like this fat like dozens and hundreds of years of experience combined with these fucking dudes wrestling.
Go get more.
Get more. Go outside and find other people to do shit. I've worked with Danny Cage of the Monster Factory in Jersey. Freaking all this stuff where it's like, yeah, you have all of this here, but you know you have that here. Go find something else.
Right. Because like, and I feel like that's kind of like the cool thing about like CWA is like, you know, Jake's busy, like Jakob is busy a lot of the time, you know, because, you know, real life stuff, and it ends up being like Bo will lead the class, and it'll be like Bo with like, you know, insert any name like Diego Hill, Calibus Kingston, Aaron Cox, you know, basically anyone. It's like we're all working together to get better, because like we're still like, you know, most of us, like, you know, like Aaron Cox, all them, we're still like, you know, year below in wrestling, but it's like we're still just helping each other grow to get to the next level, and not just being like, you know, yeah, fuck that, I don't want to, I'm just here to learn. We're all helping each other learn, which is like so cool to me, being able to have that like connection, because like, you know, you get more connections that way, being able to like just help each other out with the training.
One thing that like we're really weird about is like we don't ever on commentary, I'll say it because it will like fit the bill, but like we don't ever use the term like graduate. Like some people will have like, here's a test that you have to pass to graduate from this school, and it's like,
way
you don't graduate.
You never graduate. Like you never stop learning. You can never. There's never not more shit to learn. And if you think you've learned everything, then like you just need to stop.
Yeah, there's no yeah, no way.
No way.
There's not a I don't care who you're talking about. There's not a single wrestler who has gotten to the point of like, yeah, man, I know everything. I'm good.
Right.
And there's a person who says that, you're shit.
And there's gonna be like an old wrestler that that you probably seen on all these indie pro like GCW or DPW or anything, and if you get a chance to like wrestle them, they're gonna be like sometimes they'll tell you like, I learned something new, so
right, absolutely. Yeah. Like
so like
never stop learning in wrestling. Never stop.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories like that was I had to work this one thing with fucking Tito Santana, and and I'm like maybe a year into wrestling, and I say this one thing and I do this thing a certain way, and when I did it, he was like, whoa. But yeah, it's like if you like want to do this shit and like you're serious about this shit and like you're not a fucking ego inflated douchebag,
right,
you're gonna like know, like you're gonna fucking learn from like anybody. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter how long you're in or how long, like I'll say it right now, I'm like what 3-4 years in now. I think me and Bo pretty much started wrestling at the same time. We found out we're also like super close in age, which is nuts. Like in terms of like, actual birthdays.
Wait.
No, wait, we're not touching birthdays. We're not touching birthdays on stream, on podcast.
Why not?
No way. No way.
Bullshit, man. Miss that bullshit. Don't tell me. Forget that. Forget it.
Yeah, me and Bo are the youngest ones.
My God.
Yeah. Plot twist, guys. Tenshi is the second oldest in the group.
Yeah, me and Bo are the babies, bro.
I'm quitting Goon Squad, bro.
Well,
I'm a 99. I'm 99 as well, but
wait. What
month?
Skyler's older than me.
Oh no, that's right.
I heard June.
Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
So Skyler's the second oldest, but it's like
okay. Thank God.
Like,
Joe.
Says the 2000 baby. Says this boy wasn't even born in the same millennium as us.
But
no way.
What I was just saying was like I've only been doing this like 4 years total, and like 2 to 3 years of like actually like actively like wrestling, and boy, I'll fucking say it. There's some people who claim or even actually go like, oh, I've been wrestling for like 10 years, and I'm like, man,
no way.
You fucking suck, bro.
No way. You wrestled for 10 years in some fucking flea market. Yeah, that's cool.
You wrestling for 10 years. Who are you wrestling?
Right.
The same 3 guys.
He's wrestling quintuple James.
Yeah, JJ Jameson or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. All right, so I feel like we have to cut the line at this question, or not like the full podcast, but like we have to stop this question.
Yeah,
we will keep talking.
It's a load. That's a load question. That will continue to unravel. But
so,
next question.
Yeah.
We'll touch base later on about trading and shit like that, and we'll just shit on more people.
Hell yeah, brother. I'll probably do that in the next question. Watch.
Yeah, damn right. Well, the next question is, how did you all first get involved with DPW? So I hope you're not shitting on anybody in this question.
Oh boy, am I.
So I feel like
you guys all probably have it pretty easy.
Ours is not easy, but like we all have like the easiest answer more than likely.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was easy to get it, but
no.
Easy answer.
So James CM Pulse
suck my dick.
That's who that is?
Carolina, yeah. Trains at Carolina. Oh no way, bro! No way!
Wait!
Oh my God, bro!
James from
DPW.
That's the CM Pulse guy from YouTube and Twitch.
No way! Oh my God, no!
Bo left?
No, for those kids, Bo left. Yeah. So like plot. Oh God, everyone left.
No, I'm having a midlife crisis. I just randomly got a cramp.
Tenshi getting old, bro. Tenshi getting old. Tenshi just got a cramp.
I just slumped in my chair, and I don't know what my left leg was like. Attack.
I'm doing a bit, and Tenshi's just actually struggling.
All right. So anyway, like he trains at Carolina Wrestling Academy, where we're all trained at, and so we kind of all got close. Like Bo helping with the training portion of it. Him and James got close. Tenshi and James, not trying to speak on their behalf, but they would work together a lot. I would work a lot with James, together, and fucking.
To further that point, to me, him working a lot. Check out the Twitter meme giving him stunners. Oh.
Bro, hell yeah, bro! I have that whole that's gonna get released one day. No way. It's Tenshi and James had a whole match where they were both just stone cold for 5 minutes, and they just kept giving each other stunners for 5 minutes.
That rules.
Oh my god! Why does crap last so long? What the hell?
So for those that don't know, he has a Charlie horse off screen, and he has just not been on screen for the past.
We're just gonna keep going. We're not gonna wait for him to come back.
No way. What do you want me to do, bro?
I thought we were just gonna pause while my man's
no way, bro.
No, keep going.
No. Full disclosure. I checked out for a solid 30 seconds right there. I was like, well, we're just gonna wait until Tenshi comes back.
No way, we're doing the
no way, bro.
Are you still going? And I was like, oh shit, we're still doing stuff.
Yeah, we're still doing the podcast.
My chair is taking over for now.
Hey guys, y'all see that sign behind me?
This is the worst fucking podcast.
This is the fucking worst podcast.
Oh my god, I was just slouching. My leg just was.
No way.
It was like, fuck you.
All right.
But anyway, so it was essentially we all trained with James. Is essentially the quickest, easiest way to answer it.
Yeah, and then
we all
James
got
was
close.
hey,
we
guys.
all got close together. Yeah. Shit. All right, Tenshi's back, so we're good.
Hey Tenshi, how's it going?
So now we'll go to the more exciting answer, and that is Skyler.
Oh boy. So I guess this is where the podcast gets real for a second. Because the whole DPW stuff came about in a wild time. I talked about it a little bit on my Twitter actually, about the DPW stuff. So, man, fucking, so wait, my dates are all fucked up. First DPW, that's 2020, right?
Yeah. No. So it got announced in 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Yeah. So they made the Deadlock podcast.
No, I know. I'm talking about Deadlock Pro Wrestling.
December was the first DPW show.
It got announced in, I want to say it was November or October when the announcement came out about.
Hold on,
2021.
I will actually. What I'll do.
It was December 12th.
The first show. I think it means the announcement.
It was it was actually so. I'm talking about the day the whole Deadlock thing happened for me, which was, now looking back at it, I'm looking at the messages. It was November 15th, 2021 is when I first had contact with Deadlock. So. Yeah, wasn't the best time for me in multiple aspects, physically, mentally, all that good shit. And there was a serious point where I was like, oh yeah, I'm done with wrestling, man. I was ready to shut out, and it wasn't even just oh, I'm done with wrestling. I was gonna just not show up to training anymore. Not talk to anybody who was involved with wrestling, or really anyone who I knew, and just completely go MIA. Just not even just leave. But yeah, I was gonna just completely just disappear on not go to bookings I had, completely just go, because I was I can't do this shit. I suck ass. I'm the fucking worst wrestler that ever walked the face of the earth. I should just fucking stop. So then on but then I was I've been listening to the Deadlock podcast. Pretty much, I told them this. When Johnny got announced that he was going to be on it, I listened to it, and then he never left, and I also then just never left.
That quick pause. That's how I got into it too. Because I was a New Legacy guy. Like I watched James's stuff. I watched some of Tony's stuff. Like I was big
New Legacy.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. I would watch James occasionally, but it was like, man, New Legacy was like,
which again made it even wilder that like Dino showed up for the my birthday.
Dino asked a question on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love Dino a lot. Ever since like talked to him as a person, that guy fucking rules.
Love Dino. Shout out Dino.
So, yeah. So, but anyway, so like, I was listening to that ever since that happened, and they kept joking around about this Deadlock Pro Wrestling stuff, and then it wasn't a joke. And then
plot twist, they were never joking.
No, they were never joking. I know they were never joking, but like the way they would bring it up was definitely in a joking manner. Sure, they weren't joking around, but
right.
I'll step up to them right now. The way they were talking about it, they definitely made it sound like it was a fucking joke.
Right.
By the way they were talking about it.
Right.
But then it stopped being so jokative, and like I kind of tell it's going that way. And then they announced DPW is actually coming around, and then I was like, you know what? I'm already thinking about fucking going MIA out of this shit anyway. If I message them, the worst they can say is no, and then I'll just leave. Right. So I randomly hit him up, and the way I hit him up was like, hey, I'll come down and build the ring for free. I don't give a fuck. I was like, I'll help out. Whatever, man. And James was the one who responded, and he was like, oh yeah, dude, I have like a spot in the Battle Royal. Like you can just fucking be on the show. And I was like, I mean, all right, shit. So then once that happened, I was like, all right, cool, man. Like this is, and then it was in December too. So I was like, all right, cool. It's after all of my other bookings I had for that year. So I was like, I'll do this DPW thing, and that'll be my last show. Like, no one will ever see me on the face of the earth again after this. Like, I don't know what I would have done afterwards. Like, legitimately, again, I was, like, really fucked up, so who fucking knows?
Right.
So I was like, people will see me on DPW, and then forever afterwards, I go, I wonder what happened to the fuck of that guy. I have no idea where the hell he went. So then DPW comes around. I'm driving the way down there, and the whole time I'm like, all right, man. This is it. Like, this is the last wrestling show I fucking do. Like, I was going into that as, like, my retirement match, but not telling anybody. That was going to be my retirement match.
Damn.
Austin, WrestleMania 19 style.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, man. So then I went up there, went down there, and, like, I guess this is kind of getting into, like, the experience at DPW, but, like, it plays into, like, this getting into DPW shit. I get there, and, like, I show up, I see a couple of people, like, a couple people I've never seen before in my life, a couple of, like, the names we had there that day, like, Koo, Everett, all them. I was like, oh, shit, hey, let's go, blah, blah. And then I walk up to, so, again, preface this, like, I've been in, like, a lot of New Legacy streams. I've been in a lot of, like, James streams. Stuff like that. So, like, you know, first, James is the first one I see. Hard not to see that fucker. Fucker's
big fucker, bro.
Bojack might be big, but James is fucking tall as shit.
Suck my dick.
That's a whole other deal. So, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I know that's fucking James. Because he also shows himself the most out of the most of them usually. So I'm like in his chats and shit usually too. So like we talk that way. And I just remember being like walking up, and James was like, "Oh hey, yeah, thanks for helping out and everything." I was like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm Skyler." And it was crazy. I've never felt like a handshake go to a hug so fucking quick, because he was like, "Oh shit."
Right.
And then the same thing with Johnny. I was like, "Oh hey, Johnny." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Skyler." And he goes, "Oh." I'm like, "Oh fuck." People they like
right.
Especially with like streamers like that, you like never know like if they like really remember, because like man, I had like 30 something people in my chat one time, and I was like I can't keep up with any of this shit.
It's
How the
so-
fuck do you
yeah.
deal with like 100 or like 6,000 people?
That's a whole nother like subject, man. Because we could touch into that too. Like
Yeah, that's
ADD
so
with like
fucked.
fucking streamers
Yes.
and like streams popping off is
Oh,
the fucking
so fucked.
worst. Because like I
So-
want to answer everything, but yeah. go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so like I'm like, and like I'm doing all this, and then I'm like, oh shit, like that was crazy. And then I had like, and so then we're calling like we're doing like the battle royal and stuff, and like the crazy part is like until I walked back through the curtain, like I like even going through the curtain to go to enter as my spot in the battle royal, I was still dead set on. Like, my music hit, I was like, alright, this is the last time you're never gonna fucking hear any of this. This is the last time you're walking through a curtain into a wrestling ring. This is it. Something hard as fuck to explain. But I'm going, and just being with, like, in that DPW, like, ring and everything, and doing all this shit, I was like, alright. And then, as I'm walking back out after I was eliminated, I was like, nah. Like, nah.
No way.
I was like, I'm walking through that curtain. Well, actually, I can't even, like, I wish it was that quick. But, like, as I'm walking through the curtain, I was having the doubts of, like, all right, is this actually going to be the end? It's like, I'd walk back through the curtain. I'm back through there. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was still, like, very fighting on, like, the fact that was going to be the last one.
Right.
Like, I was still, like, I'm going to say, like, 85% sure I was, like, done after that. But, like, that's when, like, the doubt started creeping out. What, like, honestly, like, I said it on the tweet, and I'll fucking say it out loud. After the show, when I talked to James and all them, and I was, like, thanking them for having me and everything, because, like, it was just crazy. I didn't know I was getting paid, like, at all. Because I was, like, I was going up there, I was like, I'll fucking set up the ring for free, I don't care. And they threw me in a match, I was like, oh, shit, even better, I'll do that for free, I don't care.
Yeah.
They end up paying me, which was again crazy. My first like actual like legit payday in wrestling in 4 years as well, which is fucking crazy. And then James and Johnny, when because they were right next to each other when they happened, they were like, "No, we want you back," and I was like, "Oh shit." That's when like everything started kicking around, going like, "Well, if this place wants me back and shit, I guess I can't
Right.
like just
I can't
disappear
just stop.
now."
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Oh shit, they actually fucking." Because like honestly, I'll say it, like it was a weird situation where I was like, I didn't feel like I had like a place. Like WrestlePro was like cool, and I love that place a lot. But with like I trained there and I paid to train there, so there was like a feeling of like, am I only really getting booked here because I train and pay here, or do they want to book me? So like that was going through my head a lot at that time, and then I had that DPW moment where I'm like, it gained like they have nothing to gain on lying to me and saying they want to keep me coming back. They could have just shook my hand after this one and go, hey, thanks for coming out. Like that, like, and like it would have been like whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so like yeah, a little long, but yeah, like that's just like how I ended up being, I guess, a DPW guy.
That's crazy. Cause fucking, like I said, like me, Bo, and Tenshi was kind of more just fucking. We trained there, and it was like I just started doing like sound engineer shit for Premier Wrestling Federation, and James walked up to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to do that for DPW?" He goes, "I see the way you do it at the shows. I think it would be cool if you did that." And I was like, blew my fucking mind because like I never even thought of doing that for them. I was just gonna go help out, be ring crew, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, he was like, can you do this? And I was like, yeah. And then I've been there ever since, just fucking crazy. So, do you want to add anything to that, Bo?
No, I was gonna say, what's our? It's you pretty much like covered it all. But, I was gonna say, what's our next Dealy boy?
All right, so our next question is, this is another one that's probably gonna be long, but we'll try and keep it short. When did you start to watch wrestling, and what made you go, yes, I want to do this?
Oh, simple. I could take that one.
All right.
So pretty much, I don't know what year I forgot what year this match was. It was between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, But and what blew my mind, it was really fucking me up, was the fucking cameras was flashing. So I was like, I had to pay attention to what Eddie was doing because he was doing the frog splash.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, that's some dope shit. And then I saw Rey Mysterio did his 619, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And that's like, you know, that's pretty much what got me. That's pretty much what got me into wrestling. Is like cool, like legit cool shit. Like even though they look bland, like not bland, but like they look like, you know, simple to do. They at the time they was cool to me.
Right.
And then not more like it got me to watch it. It got me more to play it, so where I can get more like try to get more creative when, like, you know, you can make your own wrestling in these type of games and stuff like that. But I did, you know, rewatched it back like towards 2012 and then 2015. So on WWE end, because I'd never watched any other production. I would only watch, you know, WWE. So that's probably the reason why, like, when y'all talk about Impact or you know, any other wrestling company, I'm like, huh? So
right. Which is like an inside joke on her. It's a bit on
Yeah.
the stream too.
Which
It's
is
giving
like
him
really
shit for it.
funny hearing Tenshi's compared to what mine ended up being.
Right.
How I ended
'Cause yours is
getting
wild.
wrestling. So I don't want to tell mine now because it's such a shift of
Yeah,
like
well-
what Tenshi's was.
Yeah, we'll go simple.
Yeah, because like Tenshi's was like, oh yeah, man, I saw WWE and like that's all I saw. Which listen, there's completely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's just like
That's
was
how a lot of people started.
yeah, exactly. So mine was, my dad, I still work with him. I work with him now, and we still kind of do the same thing he was doing then, which he like if you have like garbage or stuff you want to get rid of, we'll come in, get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get rid of shit that works and they just don't want it anymore. So if it's cool enough, like keep it or whatever. So my dad one day was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and he was like, "Whoa, these are PlayStation games. My son's got a PlayStation. I'll take it home." And I was like, and me as a kid, I was like, "Oh shit, 30 new PlayStation games. It's not even Christmas. What the fuck is this?"
Hell, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the games in there, which I wish I remembered the name of the game, it was either a King of the Coliseum or a Fire Pro game.
Right.
So I was like, oh shit. So I'm playing it, and I'm like, what is this crazy shit I'm looking at right now? Like, people fighting? Like, what is this? And I'm going, and I'm looking at these people, and I'm like, there's no way this can be real. So I'm like, I go to the computer, I start typing in names and shit that I saw in the game, and it started popping up. I'm like, oh, this is real people. This is fucking crazy. So, and like I said earlier, one of the first couple wrestlers I came across were Great Muta and Hayabusa, which, again, not really your typical run-of-the-mill first people you see,
Right.
especially in Canada or in America at all. So I'm like, oh shit, these guys are sick. And I'm like, oh, but they really seem to be only in Japan. Wrestling must be a Japanese-only thing.
Oh, if
then-
you only knew.
And then, like a few days later, my mind was absolutely blown when I was going through the television, and I saw wrestling, and they were speaking English, and
No way!
it was in America.
Bojack's gone again for the audio.
And I was like, hold on.
No way!
You doing that here?
No way!
And so like that's
Hey, bro.
Yeah, exactly. There's his fucking headphones.
Bo lost his headphones.
I need a minute. Hold on, man. I was not ready for that shit at all. That was hilarious.
So that's how I got into wrestling. And this might be probably one of the more, I don't know if this is fucked up, but the way I got into the point where I was like, oh, I could do this. Like, I'm going to go try to do this was I was watching, I can't remember if it was a Raw or SmackDown, but I was just watching a match, and I was like, God, this fucking sucks. I'm like, I'm looking at it.
Crazy.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, these guys look like they're fucking like dying. Like, no, like, cause like this is past me finding out like wrestling is like
Right.
way wrestling is.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're fucking like slipping off each other. You're not. It doesn't look like you're doing anything right. And I was like, I could probably do this.
It's so sick.
And now here I am.
Yeah. So mine was like, mine's really quick to the point. So apparently my family always watched wrestling, but I never like, I don't have memory of watching wrestling, but apparently I always watched it with them, but I never had like that memory of it. So the first time I got into it was we went to Movie Gallery when it was still a thing, and they had video games there. And so we would rent the video game and shit, and I looked, and it was a wrestling video game there, and I never played it, and I was like, oh, I want to try it. So we got Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain.
Sick.
So I tried Shut Your Mouth first. Shut Your Mouth disc didn't work.
Oh no.
Did not work.
The pain.
The real pain. So Here Comes the Pain. I played Here Comes the Pain. And so like the first exposure I had was like John Cena, Matt Hardy. I was 8 years old, so Rikishi was fucking entertaining as shit to me.
You're like, ass?
Yeah, bro. Dude had his sloppy ass out. So it's like those were my favorites. My three favorites was John Cena, Matt Hardy, and Rikishi.
That is such a wild mix.
It is, because John Cena was the rapper gimmick at the time.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you got John Cena, Matt Hardy, and
Rikishi. Sloppy ass. But so, and then like the first exposure I had to actually watching it was I was scrolling through. I was staying at my grandparents, and they let me have my own room where like I had a TV in there and everything. So I'm just going through trying to find something to watch. Because at 8 years old, fucking crazy, I was just going through trying to find shit. So I think it was actually before like I got the video game. I think, and that's why I wanted the video games. It was a random main event of Raw. It was a ladder match, and it was Rob Van Dam versus I think Christian, but I could be mistaken. But I think it was Rob Van Dam. And the only reason I know it was Rob Van Dam was because he had the dragon singlet. That is the only reason I remember, because that's why I was rooting for him, because he had a dragon.
Yeah, that shit rules.
Yeah, fucking sick. So,
shout out to any RVD gear, honestly.
Yeah, hell yeah. And so that was my exposure into it. And then me wanting to get into wrestling was really going to my first PWF show. It was an the main event was like Adam Cole versus like I think his name is Joe Black now. He wrestles under Joe Black. And
yep.
I met Cole, I met Jakob, Zane Riley, and a few others, and that was really what got me into it, was like seeing them. And then I talked to Steve at the next show, and Steve like really like talked to me for a few minutes and made me really want to start doing it, and that's when I started training.
Sick.
Mine's pretty easy. When I first start watching wrestling, so my first exposure to wrestling was through the video games.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine that lived down the street had SmackDown vs. Raw 2009.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you got into it?
Yeah, dude. I had to like go back and like figure out like how dope all the fucking older games were.
Yeah,
that was my first video game exposure.
That was the DX cover, wasn't it? With like
yeah,
the tag team. Yeah.
So sorry for you.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as 08.
No.
How did it get you into it?
But like that was the decline. That was the decline, because like 10 wasn't great, 11 was okay, and then
my first WWE game I bought.
I did not like 12.
Yeah, I didn't really. 12 was okay, but
I like 12 for the story mode, the season mode.
My first WWE game I got was 06.
Oh man,
goated.
So
that was mine. That was
and you
my
know what
first
happened?
one.
Shout out to La Resistance real quick for the one time. Let's go.
Great, bro.
Anyway, continue, bro.
God, we went 2 hours, and the first time you mentioned La Resistance, that's a record, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, No, but yeah. So I started. You know what's so funny, and like this is gonna sound so weird. The first wrestling I actually watched on TV was like 2009 ECW.
Oh my god!
Shit! How are you here?
Was that how did you get here, bro? Was that like Sheamus? Was that Sheamus?
Where did you come from?
It was right before like Sheamus was. It was like the week before Sheamus debuted. That's when I started watching. I think.
God, bro.
Yeah.
You're watching like Savannah and fucking
So like
Ricky
so
Ortiz, bro.
I got in when the game started to decline and when like ECW is at its worst.
Bro was watching Ricky Ortiz and was like, I want to keep watching.
You know what's funny though? So like I'm a really big like Christian mark. Okay. Like that's why, because Christian was like positioned as the top guy at the time. Right. And I didn't know.
So this was the like, Christian Regal like period.
Yeah, so I didn't know about like where to find like SmackDown or Raw or anything. Because I was a little kid and I didn't know. I was like, oh, what channel is this on? I just found ECW and I was like, man, this Christian dude is like the fucking guy. So I've always been a big Christian guy. But no, so like what made me like, decide that I wanted to do wrestling was it's like a cliche answer, but that was like the pipe bomb, I think, was like what made me like, because what made me feel like I really want to do this was like just watching that in real time. First of all, looking back is so crazy, like how big of a moment that ended up being in. Like at the time it was like, this is cool, but it didn't feel then how it like ended up being.
Right.
And like that was one of the first times I was watching something and I was like, this is like so much more just wrestling. This is like, all this other bullshit that we put into this is like the culmination of all of that. So I think that's what like made me realize, I was like, man, this is like the coolest thing ever, and I want to be a part of it.
Hell yeah. Our next question comes from.
Oh wait.
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to rephrase what I said with my first wrestling game.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I meant to say my very first wrestling game was WCW versus. It was WCW versus Nitro Revenge.
Was it NWO?
WCW versus NWO Revenge, yeah.
That one. I don't know. I said just Nitro, but that was my first one. But then I did like WWF WrestleMania 2000, but I was more attached towards WCW.
Got you.
But that was my first Nintendo, like my very first wrestling game.
I only played that like a handful of times growing up. Like I didn't play it that often. All right, guys. So we have a lot more questions, but we're only gonna do 3 more questions for this video because we will talk for the next 7 hours if we don't.
We've done it before.
So yes. So our next question is from Stressed World, and is, would you be interested in a Goon Squad show a la KOBK? Yes.
Absolutely.
Very much so. We have talked about this several times about wanting to do a show.
We had a card.
Yes. Skyler did a whole card one night. So,
and like it definitely started off as a bit, and then like, but then he kept going, and then like he kept reading matches off to me and Tyler, and all of us were like, this would actually be really sick.
It was like to the point where like that we could do that. That seems like so like
possible.
As absolutely, like I know someone mentioned it on a podcast or a stream before. Like one of our viewers was like, "Oh, y'all should host a co-joint with like DPW." No way.
Can I? Yeah. Here also, I'll say, man, we can't just do these things.
Right. Like this isn't something that's gonna be like, hey, in the next 3 months we're gonna have a Goon Squad show.
Or like yeah,
6 years. This year's a planning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna be fucking real. Like this is actually a really good question for this. Like yeah, like. I appreciate a lot of people being really excited for this. I really do, man. But man, we do not have the power I think some of you think we do.
Right.
Man.
we're just dudes, bro. We're just dudes.
We're just
We're all poor. We all
we're all broke as fuck, bro.
Talk your shit.
Go telling Yoshihashi they're two dudes being guys. We're 4 dudes playing games. All right,
Dude, we're involved in wrestling and we play video games. That's literally.
And like on this topic,
and we have a podcast.
And on this topic, like you're talking about, like stuff people requested. Like, yeah, are you gonna do a show? Like stuff. We absolutely do want to do that.
Yes.
Fucking people have asked, hey, you should get guests on. We'd absolutely love to do that.
Like, let's not shit on that. Like, there is a possibility we'll have guests on the show.
We want to, and we are planning on it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's some guests people have mentioned though that we're like, hold on, dude.
Right, and don't expect it to be like a full episode of just us being talking to this guest. You know what I mean?
First of all, it is currently 3 a.m.
Yes, we are recording this. It is full transparency. It is 3:12 in the fucking morning. Like, yeah, like we need people that are like, we're gonna be up at fucking this time anyway. Like the people y'all want on the stream, yeah, we probably could because they're always up late. But like, will it happen? No way.
And again, like, it'll probably be like a little like segment piece.
Right, like it would, like, you know, if there's a possibility we can have a special episode like that, you know, we will, obviously.
And then we could, even if we have a guest, we're like, oh, we have a guest, ask question for us and them.
Ask questions for guests, and we'll talk to the guest.
All right, but we have a lot of cool stuff we want to do, and there's stuff you said that we also want to do, but man, it's gonna take time. Guys, we're poor.
Yeah,
guys,
we're nothing. This is our first fucking podcast, guys. Like,
for real. we want to have our own wrestling show. We're gonna start our own YouTube channel. Like, we have ideas for a whole bunch of shit. Like, we've discussed a Patreon. Like, obviously we are too early for that, but we have discussed a Patreon.
I'll start selling feet pics if I have to, bro.
Damn right, bro.
Stop it.
Shout out.
Goon Squad
Shout
OnlyFans.
Wiki feet.
You know?
Skyler
like,
Wiki feet.
Yeah.
Skyler NBA.
Just realize, guys, we're working on a lot. Like, we have a lot of pieces falling.
Hey, relax.
Wait, what happened?
Wait. Whoa. You can't say that, man.
We're running it back. No, relax.
I'll run back the footage. What time was this? 2:04?
Move on.
2:04?
Yeah, move on.
We'll watch this. Move on.
Anyway.
Move on.
Anyway.
Move on.
All right. Anyway, yeah, guys.
Why you bucking up? Why you bucking up?
Move on.
He's pulling out that yo-yo stance. He's fucking ready, bro.
Move on. Move on.
Don't
go back to it.
Anyway, yeah, we'll move on to the next question, guys, before we have a fight, and this is the end of the first podcast and last podcast. Who was your first video game crush? This was asked by Mikey Myers in our Goon Squad Discord.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Because I'm. Oh, you said Tifa. All right.
Tifa for Final Fantasy, of course.
Skyler. Tyler, go ahead and give yours.
I'm not actually sure. Like,
Not sure. Okay,
no,
hold
I'm
on.
Sure.
Hold on.
You know what?
I
I lied.
Right.
Well, I guess because it's technically anime as well, but it's like it's Misty from the Pokemon series. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
All right, now let the grown-ups talk.
I'm about to drop one for me and Skyler for the real ones. Hey man, shout out to them Rouge the Bat Sonic AMDs. Oh, you already know. Skyler, talk to him, bro. Talk to him.
Bro, you ever watch Blaze the Cat when they have Every Time I Touch playing in the background?
Oh
that
my
shit
God,
goes
bro.
crazy.
Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly.
No way, bro.
Anyway.
They've been thinking about this question for
I know y'all not talking about Sonic right now. I know y'all not talking about Sonic right now.
No way.
I know y'all not talking about Sonic.
All right, we're
just crushed with Blaze.
Hold on. Hey,
Blaze, bro. Come on.
Yo, she's literally hot, bro. She controls fire. What do you want me to do?
Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling.
What do you want me to do, bro?
Anyway, you want me to? Here, But they weren't my first crushes, though. I had to grow up into those. I had to be a man to realize what true beauty was when it comes to Sonic characters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
What was it? Speak your shit.
But we're talking about video games.
Yeah.
I'm a big fighting game guy. I'll start off with that.
Same.
We're talking about King of Fighters, bro. You want to talk about King? You want to talk about Mature? You want to talk about Vice? Yo, those 3 ruined my entire childhood, bro. I was like, I'm looking at that shit, and I'm like, I'm feeling something, and I don't know why. What's happening?
No way.
This shouldn't be happening, bro. I don't know why it is, but it is.
Not, just look at Cammy for Street Fighter. That's all I gotta say. And
not big into the Street Fighter characters, to be honest. Oh, well, I lied.
I'm gonna say, hold on.
I lied. There was one big Yuri Han guy over here. Big Yuri Han guy.
Well, we got one last question here, and this was asked by Skyler Simp in the Discord.
You got a simp?
You got a simp, bro.
It's the name, bro. Check the name. Damn. Look at it's like one of the last questions asked, Tenshi.
I didn't ask. How did we all first get involved with DPW? It was asked by Brain as well. Brain also asked that earlier. I don't think I pointed that out.
Yes.
Shout out Brain.
Yeah, shout out
Skyler Simp asked.
Brain.
So Skyler Simp asked, "What is our favorite video game soundtrack?"
I'll let Tyler and Tenshi answer this because I don't be.
So I got a couple that come up. Kingdom Hearts is one of my all-time favorite soundtracks. You know, the simple and clean.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sonic Adventure 2.
Yo, those AMVs.
Ooh.
Sonic Adventure 2.
AMVs.
And then I had one more and now I cannot think of it. Oh, I had one more on standby and I can't think of it now. Just skip me for now. I'll remember it.
All right, Tenshi.
All right, so my first one is Minority Report.
I'm sorry, I remembered.
No, you go ahead.
Jet Set Radio Future.
Okay, Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
Hey, teacher, I remembered. Yes, I know the answer.
All right, sorry. That was those are my favorite.
No, you're good. Mine is Minority Report. Everybody Runs. Mm-hmm. It's like old PS2 game.
Okay.
Beautiful Joe when you're going against Captain Blue. Captain Blue.
Those are fucking deep, bro. Oh my god.
Tenshi,
we're doing deep cuts now.
Tenshi, I'm talking about when it's OST. It's I know you mentioned like the very specific thing, but I'm like OST is usually like the whole thing,
the
like,
whole
the game
soundtrack
from start to end, like the music the whole time. Like which are the original soundtrack. Like,
I will say, Beautiful Joe though is a very good shout.
No, like as a whole, like game for sure. Like that has a really good soundtrack. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I was also saying my favorite, my all-time favorite from that game. But I'm saying like because like I was listening like Minority like I was just listening to favorite ones. Like Minority Report has great soundtrack, and Beautiful Joe has also like the dopest soundtrack. And then we go to Jack and Dexter.
Oh my god, bro!
The first one.
Yeah. Precursor.
The second one and third one had good one, but the first one killed it for me. It was good.
I do like the Pokemon, like the OG Pokemon ones. The OG Pokemons I like.
Yeah.
Now was those on Game Boy? Because I wasn't like
on the
okay,
Game Boy, yeah. Like Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Red.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pokemon. I wasn't like I'm not much of a Pokemon fan, but I'll watch people play the games and I'll watch clips of it. But my cousin, he had Yellow, and I was confused as shit. Like, what the fuck is this? But you know, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Yellow was my first exposure to Pokemon.
Gold was my first. Yeah.
I will say for honorable mention though, for mine, from another one would be Sly Cooper.
Oh, I didn't even.
Because it was so jazzy. That's what got me into jazz stuff. Like it was so classical and jazz. So that's an honorable mention right there.
One of my favorite games growing up. So like I love
to
that too. Yeah.
So honorable mention would be Sly Cooper and Crash Twinsanity.
All right, Bo. It's time to talk to him.
Hey yo, it's time to sit the kitties
Lay
down.
it on the table.
First one, bro. It's a single song because I haven't played like the actual game, but like my homie put me on. It's like the opening track from this game called Flight Club, bro. Oh my god.
Flight Club is crazy.
Yo, son.
You said flight or fight?
Flight.
Oh, okay.
Playing.
Flight Club, bro.
Look,
Skyler, I just fell in love with you even more. Oh my god. Oh my god. That intro, like the menu song, why does that go so hard?
All right, you want to talk about things that go hard? I got you right
Let's
here.
go.
Spyro 3. That soundtrack was crazy.
Sir.
You want to talk about?
Sir.
Yeah, that. You know what else goes fucking crazy? Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Ooh.
That soundtrack goes nuts as hell.
Ooh.
A whole series that has an underrated soundtrack. Look at any King of Fighters game. Each team has their own specific song. You want to talk about even crazier? I'll think even deeper. Every Mortal Kombat game, people don't listen to the music.
Shit.
Those
Talk your
games
shit.
go crazy with the music.
Yes, sir.
This is the
your
loudest.
shit.
This is the loudest Tenshi's been all night.
Talk your shit.
I'll say this too. All the Sonic games got fucking bangers on them.
Oh,
Every
Even the
single
ones you showed me.
hey,
Sonic
here we go.
06, fucking garbage game.
Shit
But that
game,
is a
good music.
beautiful fucking soundtrack.
You wanna
Beautiful
talk-
soundtrack.
Hear about this? Things about to get real loud.
06. Is that the Xbox 361?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the real-
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Okay.
broken, yeah. You want to talk? I'm gonna say this one. It might get real loud in here, so here's a fucking warning. Okami, bro. Okami soundtrack.
I heard of
Done.
it. I never got a chance to play it.
That shit goes.
Done.
I'm replaying it now.
It's gonna change your life.
Bro,
Oh, you are?
crazy. Yeah, I got on the Switch.
Oh.
When I go on
What's
vacation,
that?
I'm
When
gonna
I
say
go on vacation-
I'm gonna mention a soundtrack that I don't know if Bo's gonna mention, and I can't remember the name of it, so I'm gonna need your help with this. We have played this before. We played it on stream. It is it's the dodgeball game.
Oh, Lethal League. I was gonna mention that.
Okay, Lethal
The
League.
Lethal League soundtrack is so ain't nothing like a funky beat.
Ain't nothing like a funky
beat.
So Lethal League is like sort of loosely inspired by like Jet Set Radio, so that's probably why.
Okay.
But like it's super sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, fucking.
For some reason, I thought it was called Lethal Blaze. I don't know why.
It's
I was
Lethal
so-
League.
Lethal League Blaze is the
League
second
Blaze.
one.
Dude, I have
okay.
that game and I fucking love playing that shit.
Oh, we gotta play it, bro.
We got to do it one day. Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about other games that have crazy soundtracks? The Yakuza series.
Yes,
All
sir.
that shit goes crazy. I'm not even talking about the
Oh,
karaoke
shit.
stuff and anything like that. I'm talking about just straight up like fight music, cutscene music goes crazy. And now here's another one. Shantae's music, bro, goes nuts. The half genie, half hero shit,
Oh,
insane.
never got to play that one.
Ty, the
Vince right here.
Tasmanian tiger,
Bro.
Wait, which
Bro!
one? Which one? There was multiple.
all three.
Okay. Because I was about to say there was multiple. There was multiple.
God, bro.
Oh, I'm just getting fucking started, bro. You go
Oh, yo, shit.
Gundam Federation versus Xeon.
Hit it.
That shit went crazy. Yo, I'm gonna say it right now because they really didn't use really much like mainstream / like real songs. The fucking what's it called? Gran Turismo. That music went fucking nuts, dude.
I think Tenchi already mentioned Pokemon, but like, Pokemon Coliseum, like the Game Boy, the GameCube Pokemon games, bro. Those went in.
So good.
This was very.
So good.
Have any of y'all played the True Crime series, like True Crime Streets of LA, Streets of New York?
Yeah, I've played them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? You just reminded me. Fucking. It's made by the same people, and it was supposed to be a successor, and it should have gotten a fucking sequel. Sleeping Dogs, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sleeping Dogs is great.
Sleeping
Dogs is definitely great.
This might be a fucking crazy cut because people don't listen to the soundtrack of this game at all, and they only think about the intro songs for all 4 games that have been released so far. But the Borderlands series, that music in those games, like the fucking the ambiance music and all that shit goes crazy.
I'm gonna drop go ahead.
Because people always talk about like the main the Ain't No Rest of the Wicked and the No Time for No Heroes or whatever. I can't remember the other. I can't remember something like that for the those the real songs they put at the intro. But bro, once you're playing the game and there's the fight music and the different areas have different music, dude, crazy.
Bro.
And I'll drop like 1 or 2 more things real quick. Left 4 Dead had crazy sound design with their
You
shit.
talking about the first one?
Both.
Both of them.
And I'm gonna say it. Fucking Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes,
The Egyptian one.
I like the
Yes.
first one more.
No, okay, Assassin's Creed Origin is literally my favorite game in the series, but I'm talking about soundtrack of Assassin's Creed Origins goes crazy because they legit go to like ancient Egyptian style music shit, and like not like the fucking stereotypical shit you hear a lot in like the movies and shit. I'm talking like old ass instruments and shit. This shit goes crazy.
Okay. I feel like oh, go ahead.
Hold on.
Bro's got like
It's technically one answer. Oh, it's technically 2 answers, but it's really one answer.
Okay.
Harvest Moon.
Yes.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley is very fucking peaceful. It is very fucking
beautiful.
Dark Cloud, bro.
Like, I can't play that game by myself because I will fall the fuck asleep. I cannot play that game by myself.
We need to do like. Could you imagine a Goon Squad Stardew Valley like peaceful?
We're going to.
I only have it on the Switch. I'm not buying it again.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's
okay.
on Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
But Dark Cloud, bro.
Yes, sir.
That was on PS2, right? Was that like a Sony Link version?
I have no idea.
Tyler, you gotta wrap it up there.
Bro, if we don't stop it here, we're gonna keep talking about themes and everything else for hours.
And since we're only talking about OSTs and we're not talking about straight soundtracks, I didn't Tony Hawk didn't come up at all because like that's not like an OST.
Man, Tony Hawk.
Next time.
Yeah, and then obviously last mention. If we're talking about like soundtracks, SmackDown versus Raw games.
06 went crazy.
All right, next time.
All right. So guys, that is the end of the Q&A segment.
The whole podcast.
That's the end of the whole thing.
Bro, we have been recording for over 2 hours and 18 minutes. We have been going.
Let's go.
So straight gunning. Shotgun
I
style.
appreciate everyone that's made it this far into the podcast. If you have, we love you. Thank you so much for coming in and listening to us ramble for fucking.
This was the Goon Squad Inevitable Podcast. That's the official name.
The Inevitable Podcast. The G-Sip, bro.
We told you.
G-Sip.
You know, we joke a lot and we do a lot of bullshit, but we do genuinely appreciate that you guys enjoy us. Like it's like we said earlier, man. Like we're friends, like regardless. And the fact that you guys enjoy watching us play video games is like so fucking sick.
Yeah, because like I want it to be like completely. I want it to be like completely clear. Like we see it in the stream, but like this is good because now it'll be on recording, so multiple people can see it.
Yeah.
Fucking, we like fuck around and like play games like that with each other, regardless. That is just how we end up like acting or hanging out with each other. So yeah, it's real like nice and like almost like a relaxing feeling that we could just do that and people will enjoy it, and we don't feel like we have to then turn on the camera and be a completely different person than what we are.
Absolutely, because like this podcast right now, I can say this is the most genuine we've probably seen any of us. Because like we don't really talk. Like, we talk, but you know what I mean. Like we never really sit down.
We usually text.
Yeah, well, I mean that too, but I meant like on stream.
But on stream because like we're always having to do something to like keep attention. So, yeah.
So like we're never just sitting here just talking and having conversation and you know.
Yeah.
Because like usually we're doing bits on stream, which like there was bits here, but you know what I mean. Like it's usually
and like the reason why I like it more is that we can learn a lot from one another. And mainly I can learn a lot from y'all because I don't know a lot about wrestling or about wrestlers, if I should say. But like, you know, when it comes like to anime or video games, you know, it could go on and on and on and on. Same thing with wrestling. Like that's one thing I like about we could do bits, we could joke around, but when we get to like that one good topic, we're gone.
Yeah.
Dude,
that happened several times. We would talk for like 30 minutes on like topics in this episode.
Yeah, my bad.
That's right.
I don't know.
To wrap up real quick though, Tenshi, where can the lovely people find your social?
Man, you can find me on Twitter, Tenshi X9X, and you can find me on Instagram. It is Tenshi, but you can find my whole full name. Same thing with Facebook. But on Twitch, it is Tenshi Otsumaki. It's just capital T, capital O, and then there you go. Ooh.
Ooh, yes sir. Yes sir. Ooh. Speak your shit, bro. Speak your shit.
No one's stealing that.
Where can the people find you at?
Oh, who'd you? Well, me.
Who'd you ask?
Yeah, Skyler. Skyler.
Sorry.
There's a lot of commotion happening when I said it. Skyler.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, as you heard, Skyler Mac 35 on Twitch, and on Instagram and Twitter, it is both Skyler McVean. So just Skyler and then MacVean. And yeah, that's where you'll fucking find me doing whatever the fuck I'm doing that day.
Hell yeah, Tyler. Where can the people find you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can find me on Twitter at TylerOguapo13, or you can find me on Twitch at TylerOguapo1396. Please don't forget the numbers. But the numbers might be dead soon. I don't know. We'll see. But
I swear we're gonna drop this, and the numbers are gonna be gone, and it's gonna be already outdated.
I know. So if the numbers if the numbers are gone, it's just Tyler Oguapo. It's just Tyler Oguapo.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Bojack Official. You can find me on Instagram at Bojack Official IG. You can find me on Twitch at Dreadlocked. That's DRED capital LOCKD.
Tell them.
And guys, and like
shake the dust. Shake the dust.
We do have a video form that is being recorded right now. So that we'll still talk about where the video form might pop up. We might just end up uploading it to YouTube on the Goon Squad channel. That is inevitably going to be starting, like the Inevitable Podcast.
Coming soon,
yes, because we have shout out.
Or that's what this is.
So we will be doing a lot more stuff here in the future, and we appreciate everyone coming in and hanging out and watching with us.
Yes,
sir. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Yeah.